Welcome in to Three the Hardaway, aka the three-man Jalen Weave, aka the best big three since LeBron, D Wade, and Bosh back again, episode 8. We're talking NBA young boys, and I ain't talking about the rapper. We're talking about young players for the upcoming NBA season who could make an impact potentially. I don't know why I took this laugh. I'm dead serious.
Hold on, man. The fact that Youngboy been around so long and nobody's made that reference yet.
Yeah, there we go. Thank you. I wanted that.
Come on, man.
They don't pay him enough. They don't pay the Savage enough, bro.
If you don't know who I am the walking bucket, providing instant offense. It's your boy Savage. Up here, we got my guy, the coach on the sideline, take them to school on and off the court. And when I say it's really Sheedy, it's really Sheedy. Sheedy, what up, though? You are muted.
I was. And still I rise. And that's actually what I'm gonna leave it at right now. Yeah.
We also get your favorite DJ's favorite DJ, Sample Man himself, Mr. Tev Shakir, too. What up?
Man, God is good. That's all I'm gonna say. God is good.
He sure is, yes, sir. All right, so without further ado, I want to hop right into it, man. So, like I said before, we're doing young players, NBA fantasy draft type of thing. And basically what we're doing this for is because we want to give acknowledgement to the young players, because we did top 10 lists for the past, 5 weeks now? It's been 5 weeks top 10 lists, y'all. That's crazy. But we also want to acknowledge some of the young players in the NBA who can make an impact this season based on just projections or previous success over the past couple of years. So we're doing a young player NBA fantasy draft. We already got the order. It's going to be Took first, then Sheedy, and then me. Here are the parameters of the I guess I say NBA young boy draft. I guess I'm gonna call the title of the show NBA young boy draft. So the parameters are the players have to be from the 2020 NBA draft on up, so 2020, 2021, or even this past draft or this NBA offseason. And this player cannot have made an all-star team. So that is going to include LaMelo Ball and any other player that made an all-star at some point during the NBA season. So that is the parameters for our draft. Gentlemen, any other comments or questions before we get into the actual draft?
Man, I look forward to this. And just so y'all know, it's Took, me, Savage, and Savage picks back up again, though.
Yep.
He didn't say that.
Back to back. Yes, sir. Separate team style draft so we can have some balance for the draft itself. But what I want y'all to do is while y'all, picking y'all players, just explain why as you're constructing your 5-man, starting five, but we're also getting a 6-man as well too. So don't forget that. But explain why you're picking that player, just like what he brings to the table for your team or even for his own team, in real life. And then we'll just kind of go pick by pick. So Took, you are on the clock, man. Who you thinking?
First pick, man. It'd be crazy for not to go with this player with the first pick, but it's crazy that we talked about a player who coming into the NBA, questioned his, heart and desire to play basketball. And now we're watching one of my favorite young players to watch, and that's Anthony "Ant-Man" Edwards. That'll be my first pick. I'm expecting him to have a huge year. Last year average was 20, 21 points a game. I'm expecting at least 25 or more. Like we saw a little bit of that in the playoffs, but I think he'll look a lot more comfortable in his third year. Y'all know how I feel about third-year guards. So of course, Anthony Edwards got to be my first pick.
Nice. Let me go ahead to my list. I can cross him on out. So I'm gonna be seeing him on my roster. So with my first pick, with the second pick in the NBA Youngboy draft, it's really Sheedy selects Scotty Barnes. Scotty Barnes is a franchise player for Toronto, if you're going to be honest with yourselves here. A player that's still ascending offensively, but defensively can probably guard 1 through 4 at this time. And when I say guard the ball, I mean like really on ball defense. His game is only going to get better. He is an untouchable piece for Toronto. He's an untouchable piece for a lot of other teams if he were to be drafted there. But I believe the ascension of Toronto will rest squarely on the shoulders of Scotty Barnes. But when it comes to this team that I'm making, I'm putting Scotty Barnes first and foremost, and I'm going to build around him. So Scotty Barnes with the second pick in the NBA Youngboy draft.
So we got Ant-Man, we got Scotty Barnes gone. I can respect that. I actually love this position that I'm in right now because I get to pick back to back. I like that. I think Sheedy, we talked about the pre-show. This is a good spot to be in because I'm looking at 2 players. I'm like, man, I can get both of these players right now. So my first pick in the NBA Youngboy draft this is what we're doing right now. I'm gonna go with the number 1 pick from this year. I'm gonna go with Paolo Banchero, 6'10", 250, 17 points a game at Duke, 8 rebounds, 3 assists. That's a grown ass man, ladies and gentlemen. I think that the Magic's fortunes are going to change with him being the number 1 player this year. He has pieces around him in Franz Wagner. He has what's the other guy's name? Cole Anthony, a bunch of other players around him that's going to help be successful. Wendell Carter. And I think that the Magic are they have the pieces now to say, okay, let's start focusing on actual, consistency and winning. And I think that Paolo Banchero is going to be that dude this year. I think he might be Rookie of the Year based on Chet's not playing. Jabari might not be the main person on Houston. So give me Paolo Banchero to be the first pick on my team. And because it's coming back around to me again, I have my forward, my 3/4 type player. He probably played 4 for the Magic this year. I'm gonna go. I need me a shooter. I'm gonna go with Desmond Bane. Give me Desmond Bane. I think this is an all-star.
So early.
Wow.
So early.
Yes, sir.
I didn't expect that early.
Come on,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Good pick.
Give me Desmond Bane. And I'm picking Desmond Bane because I know that Jaren's not going to be playing early on this season. And I foresee this being an all-star year for Desmond Bane, number 22 for the Memphis Grizzlies. He's a 40, 50, 90 kind of guy. He can easily score 20 points a game if they call for him to do it. We saw it in the Minnesota series where away game Bane. When he's on the road, he shows up. And give me that player all day long. So give me Desmond Bane as my second pick for the NBA Youngboy draft. Yes, sir. I know you're mad too, but you got to deal with it. She's on you.
That was a great pick, bro. Like great.
That
pick.
was.
I just hate it happened so early.
I know.
That's what hurt. That's what hurt.
Okay. So with the 5th pick in the NBA Youngboy draft, it's really Sheedy. We'll be selecting Tyrese Maxey. Tyrese Maxey, a point guard that will again ascend, unfortunately, to Doc Rivers, but when he was given the keys to this team, he controlled this team. His shooting is there. He's able to go to the cup. If you know me, I like a good defense, discipline, and rebounding type of squad. And discipline that he has on defense is stout. I believe this is going to be a point guard for the 76ers to have for long term, that they can count on him, even when I feel like, somebody may leave out again. I don't know what his name is. I think his name is James Harden. But anyways, Tyrese Maxey for me with the 5th pick in the NBA Youngboy draft.
Man, y'all made me think my whole schedule, my whole strategy.
That's the point, man. Got to throw you off.
Y'all the way off. But you know what I'm finna do?
I know where you're going to go. Come on.
Great GMs know when and how to adjust. So for the, what pick is this? 6th pick?
Yeah, second round.
So the 6th pick of the NBA Youngboy draft, I'm going Evan Mobley.
Ooh.
I'm going Evan Mobley.
I was not expecting that from you.
We expect him to have a great year at the 4 position. The Cavs, he may, like Savage, you tweeted earlier, Cavs may have 3 All-Stars. Evan Mobley definitely could be one of them. They expect all his numbers to go up, and he's in a position to be better defensively. We gonna keep it going since I got the next pick. Let me go ahead and stack up on my bigs. Give me James Wiseman. We just saw what he just did. And it's only gonna get easier. The thing is health. Will he stay healthy? Other than that, I think you're honestly at a point now with the Warriors. It's like the Warriors wouldn't mind looking for him. Steph done won the MVPs. He done won the scoring titles. Everybody's done everything. Now it's like, can we make it to the end of the season healthy? And can we get, make our team better? And James Wiseman make the Warriors better, as scary as it is. So I'm expecting him to finally play. If he give me 60 games, I'm cool. But, we saw the same thing with Joel Embiid when he started. Like, he didn't really play till his 3rd year. And that's fair. Like you got a lot of young players who come into the league like bigs who are still growing, which is why I didn't hound James Wiseman at all. Like he's literally still growing. He surgeries, whatever, cool. I think this is gonna be the time we finally see at least 60 games from James Wiseman. So I'm gonna go there. So I got my bigs. Y'all, damn.
I actually love the pairing of Evan Mobley and James Wiseman though. Like that's defense is not a problem. In the is not a problem. So that's nice.
Yeah, that hurt.
Oh, trust me, y'all heard me. I'm a stab. Oh man, y'all, this war. Y'all started a war that y'all really didn't have to start.
Yeah. So it started with Desmond Bane. Let's go there. It started with Desmond Bane, and you really hurt my feelings when you got Evan Mobley. I feel like you've never even cheered for Evan Mobley a day in your life. But that's neither here nor there. With the 8th pick in the NBA Youngboy draft, it's really Sheedy Holics will be selecting Chet Holmgren as center. Yes, he's out this whole season. Yes, he is injury prone. Maybe not. But he's shown a lot for OKC to go that and make sure they got him at the 2nd pick. He did not disappoint during, I was about to say summer games, but during summer league until he, of course, he hurt himself. I think they put some weight on him. He's going to give you at least 8-9 solid years. He's able to play away from the rim because I'm not done yet when it's my turn. But give me Chet Holmgren to pair with my team so far with the 8th pick in the NBA Youngboy draft. Passing over to the next one.
Shit, I'm gonna keep the book, man. I didn't have him on my big board, to be honest.
Right, because I thought we were players that were
playing. It's cool though. It's cool. I mean, it's still some long-term projection with it, but I don't think I would pick him anyway, if I'm being honest. So looking at my roster, I have Banchero at kind of 3-4 flexibility, and I have Desmond Bane. Man. I'm kind of indecisive because I feel like now's the time where I want to get my point guard, and I'm torn. Man, I'm torn. I'm so torn. Okay, so one player I liked even when he was in college, tall, big guard. The other guy, I'm looking at him and his projection for this season. I'm looking at his ability to score at all 3 levels. This might be some controversy, but give me Tyrese Halliburton. Give me Halliburton as my point guard, tall guard. I know Sheedy's mad. It's okay. Give me Tyrese Halliburton as a point guard. Shot 40% from 3. I think he shot like 80% from the free throw line. Can rebound, can score with the best of them. He's highly motivated after Sacramento got rid of him, and he actually wanted to be there. Who wants to be in Sacramento? They let me know that you got dog in you. So I'm gonna go with Tyrese Halliburton as my next pick. So now I got Halliburton, I got Bane, and I got Banchero. Let me see. Now I'm thinking about if I want to go and get a wing type player. Plenty of good options at the wing. Now it's getting tough for me because I gotta be decisive. You know what? Okay. Let me get some of that Jalen Green. Let me get Jalen Green as my other wing player, man. Jalen Green, he came on a little bit better last year. Scoring's not a problem for him. I thought coming out last year he was the best player in the draft that could have won Rookie of the Year. He didn't win it, obviously. But I think that the Rockets are doing something, positive with drafting Jabari Smith. To go down there and play with him and KPJ. Give me Jalen Green as my next pick.
That's some bull, bro. This you doing this to me on purpose?
Oh, without a doubt. Without a doubt is he doing this on purpose, bro.
What y'all mean, man?
What do you mean? I'm not gonna lie to you. I literally was like, all right, no matter what Savage picks right now, those 2 players were the 2 players I had. I was like, he's going to choose at least someone else that I'm not thinking about. So let me get these 2 ready, and let me see who's going to be. So once you said Halliburton, I'm like, All right, cool. I know he's going to choose somebody else because I know him.
You think you know me. You think you know me.
Yeah, I didn't see that happening. All right, so oh God. All right. So I got Scotty, Chet, Maxi. I'm gonna need a little more scoring. And so I'm gonna go deep with this one. I'm gonna have to dive real deep. Um, and give me Cole Anthony um, at shooting guard. Not at the point guard position. His points are going up every season. He is a scoring machine and can be if he's utilized the right way. I don't have to worry about him defensively because I got someone else that can stop people on defense with Tyrese Maxey. So give me Tyrese Maxey, give me Cole Anthony, Scotty Barnes, and Chet so far. Stay tuned for number 5.
Okay. So I got the next two, right? And this is 2020 draft. Hold on, man.
So right now you got Ant-Man, Evan Mobley, and Wise. Need some wings, my guy, and a point guard.
Okay. So damn it. I ain't gonna lie, I kind of have some people on here from the 2019 draft too.
That's against the rules, sir.
Bro, Tyler Hero.
Yeah.
You better look at 2021 and 2022.
Damn. All right, so for my point guard, I definitely got my point guard because y'all left me with other choice. But it's a good problem to have when you're talking about Cade Cunningham. He's about to go crazy this season, and he's gonna have some help with him as well. Don't expect the Pistons to be in the playoffs, of course, but he gave us 17, 5, whatever. Good numbers, good solid numbers. And that's what I would want from my point guard. So give me Cade Cunningham for my point guard. And this is the last pick, right?
Now you still got one more. Get the 6-man.
Yeah.
Oh, the 6-man too. Okay.
So you gotta fill out. Yeah. So you gotta fill out your 5, and then when you come back to your pick, it'll be your 6-man.
Okay. Damn. Because Jordan Poole was 2019 too, huh?
I think so, but I double check. Let me see. Jordan Poole, he came out in 2019. He is off limits, sir.
Give me a minute. You can probably edit.
I'm leaving open, man. I'm gonna mess with you. Now you got some picks out here. You got some decent players that you haven't mentioned. Some players on the Warriors, some players on the Thunder.
Players... but they don't fit.
Yeah, it's all about fit. So you got a Grizzly out there, You got some Pelicans, some Nuggets, some Rockets, some Raptors, Hornets. One Hornet, as I would say.
I own it, damn. Because I just need a shooting guard. Oh, man, that threw me off.
I got them all. That's why I got all the shooting guards.
Exactly.
I'm actually happy how this turned out for me. I'm really happy.
Okay, I got him. Fuck it, damn! Oh my goodness.
2K ain't been stressed in so long. I said 2K ain't been stressing so long.
Man, like that hurt, like that. Man. All right. So, I got this. I bet. Let's get it. All right, and so for my starting shooting guard spot for the NBA Youngboy draft, guess I gotta go and take my homie Moses Moody, man. You know what I'm saying? Straight down the street from Arkansas, can put up buckets. I think he'll have a bigger role this season with the Warriors, man. y'all let me hang it, man. Y'all took all the shooting. You know what I'm saying? Y'all took all the shooting, but you know, Ant-Man to do his thing shooting. But it's just, yeah, give me Moses Moody. I expect him. If he can give me like 10, 12 a game, that'll be cool, man. And then am I still going with the 6-man or is on y'all for the 6-man?
Wait, how?
Yeah, how we gonna do that one? It's because technically
No, you should have your 5 players right
yeah,
now.
you get 5, so it's going back around now.
Yeah, so it's me.
Because you pick Cade and you pick Moses.
Yeah, cool.
So that's on Sheedy, and it's on me twice.
Cool.
Yeah. And so here's the scoring, here's the paint. So my pick for mine, let me see, make sure I got Cole, Maxey, Barnes, Chet. Oh yeah, there we go. A player that, again, maybe I'm getting some players that have been injured, man, and it is what it is. But I believe that this guy can be a force when healthy. Definitely was more of a defensive anchor for his team. As you can see, my team is pretty defensive, so to speak. But with this, what pick is this? I don't even know. But anyways, with this pick, it's really Sheedy Harlots will be selecting Patrick Williams. Patrick Williams gave you about 11. But again, injury prone, so to speak. Yeah, I get it. But I'm looking for him to have a good season. Honestly, with the Bulls, Lonzo's out. But he's going to protect the paint, not necessarily the rim, so to speak, but the paint itself. More of an enforcer, power forward that I like to see around the league. Still developing himself, but I believe will fit in well with this lineup. So again, you got Maxey, Anthony, Barnes, Pat, and Chet right now. Just stay tuned for that 6-man.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna be honest. I built my mindset and my team around this player holding down the paint for me. And I'm so happy that this is exactly how it turned out. Give me Jalen Duren as my center. Like I'm good. I would take Jalen Duren as my center right beside Paolo Banchero at the 4. Jalen Duren is a man amongst boys. I saw him bully Chet Holmgren, you know, the Sheedy Holics center who's not playing this year, but it's okay. Yeah, give me Jalen Duren as my center. He can easily start for the Pistons. I know they started, I think, Isaiah Stewart in that position right now, but Jalen Duren, I think, has the capability of having a long NBA career. 6'9", 6'10", center that can block shots, that can rebound, that can play make from the post area. He can be Bam Adebayo-esque in terms of like his projection as an NBA player. Of course, rookie next year, but give me Jalen Duren as my 5. Now going to my 6-man, there are so many great options for 6-man players, but I'm going outside the box completely with this pick because I can do that. Damn it, give me Kenneth Lofton Jr. as my 6-man. Damn it. Give me Kenneth Lofton Jr. as my 6-man. He gonna play at some point for the Memphis Grizzlies. That man is Zebo, light-skinned with some red locks. Kenneth Lofton Jr. is gonna make a big impact this season. Book it. That is my 6-man. So to recap my team, I'll go back to my team really quick. My team consists of Paolo Banchero, Desmond Bane, Tyrese Halliburton, Jalen Green, Jalen Duren, and Kenneth Lofton Jr. as my 6-man. Beat that, gentlemen.
Whew.
I definitely appreciate the Jalen Duren pick. That was a good one. A little shot at me, I guess, as well. That's fine. 6-man. Sorry, am I coming in okay, so to speak? I'm not shaking anything. Okay, good. My 6-man of the year, I actually thought you would draft this guy, Savage, and you didn't at all.
Being nice. I'm being nice.
Mm-hmm. I see, but you surprised me because you brought up this player, but then we didn't bring him back up today, and this was a perfect time.
Mm-hmm.
And my 6-man of the year actually was going to go, well, 6-man of the year, excuse me. My 6-man on the Sheedy Holics will be Franz Wagner. I want him to come off the bench. He can spill a few different positions based upon how I've constructed this team. He's instant offense when need be. I think talk about 15 to 17 should be his range for points, and I'm gonna need some offense coming off the bench. So give me Big Franz off the bench. He's not big, like 6'10", but anyways, you understand the point. A lot of learn the Magic players are being drafted, by the way, too, as we look over our rosters.
All right, and this one, this one my 6-man, right? All right, so this is for y'all made me do this. This is for a player, of course, they never played the game, was selected in the 2022 draft. Of course, their team won't be good, but I expect his running mate to be good, so I can expect him to go as well. So to finish out my draft pick, give me Jabari Smith for the Houston Rockets. I think he's going to come in and put up some pretty good numbers. He did pretty well in the summer league. And 6-man, of course, like I said, we don't know what he could be, but I know that this guy got potential. I know what he did was Auburn was pretty good. So the Rockets got a player that they can kind of, I kind of see the trajectory of like a Christian Wood type player. Can kind of do it all. Got the body to do it all. It's just a matter of him putting it all together. But once he do it all, I think he'll be a really good player for the Rockets. So give me Jabari Smith Jr.
Solid pick. So here's some players that did not get drafted that I just want to point out. Just these from my big board in a way. From the point guard position, Josh Giddey was still out there for Oklahoma City. Tall point guard that can get triple-double. Davion Mitchell from the Kings, a.k.a. off night because he can't make your player have an off night defensively. Keegan Murray, I'm surprised Keegan Murray didn't get picked. He had a crazy summer league, and I was not expecting him to be that good for the Kings in summer league, but he surprised a lot of people in summer league. Jonathan Kuminga, defensive player, struggled a bit.
We got a waiver wire. Can we do a waiver wire?
A waiver wire?
No,
you're not doing no waiver wire.
He tried to tell you that there was some players in the Warriors.
I named teams.
Yeah, I just knew you were step up for that one.
Jonathan Kuminga, he was not picked.
No, I couldn't do Kuminga.
Couldn't do Kuminga, okay. Zaire, of course, for the Memphis Grizzlies. He's expected to have a big jump this year. Josh Primo for the Spurs, 6'4" point guard. You picked Moses Moody. Bones Highland for the Nuggets. Quentin Grimes, Herb Jones, surprisingly wasn't taken from the Pelicans. Jaden Ivey wasn't picked. I was surprised by that as well, too. Big man, Okongwu, Precious from the Raptors, Sangoon from the Rockets. I had Mark Williams from the Hornets as a big man option in case something crazy happened. But so let's talk about the actual teams then. Aside from your own, who do y'all think had the best team? Who do y'all think did not have the best team? I ain't gonna say the worst team.
Let's do. Can we name them out one more time?
All right. So Tevin's list: Ant-Man, Ant Edwards, Evan Mobley, James Wiseman, Kay Cunningham, Moses Moody was the starting 5. Off the bench was Jabari Smith. For Sheedy, Scotty Barnes, Tyrese Maxey, Chet Holmgren, Cole Anthony, Pat Williams, and Franz Wagner off the bench. My team: Paolo, Desmond Bain, Halliburton, Jalen Green, Jalen Duren, and Junior off the bench.
Yeah, I think. Go ahead, too.
You took the Desmond Bain. That kind of threw everything off for me. I ain't gonna even lie.
So let me ask you this: When did you plan on taking Desmond Bain then?
My next pick.
Oh, okay.
I guess my next pick since I had the next. Because Desmond's clearly he's not just the best shooter in the last 3 previous drafts. He's one of the best shooters in the league.
Uh-huh.
And he's gonna have an even more opportunity to shoot the ball. And it's outside of him, who's the second best? Who's the second best shooter out of the drafts? And I'm I couldn't think of him. So that's why that's what really threw me for a loop.
Mm-hmm. I enjoy your lineup too. It's not that the Ant-Man pick is really you got 2 bigs that I had on my list. And I was the same way I was with Savage when he chose those 2 players. I was yo, I got it. I know I'm gonna get Evan Mobley or James Wiseman. I knew I was gonna get one of them. But when you said Evan Mobley first, I knew James Wiseman was coming down the pipeline. So I was like, well, fuck it, I'm screwed there. But I just think of, we just recorded on LBR, like Evan Mobley's ascension, I think is going to be crucial for the Cavs. And I think Cavs will be a fun team. And I think he's got an it factor. Even after one season, man, he's got it. And want to see what James Wiseman comes back with. You got Anthony Edwards. I can't remember your guards per se. I guess Anthony Edwards is a guard.
He had Cade and Moses. You had Cade, Moses, and Ant-Man. So like it's interchangeable with Moses and Ant-Man.
Yeah. So I mean, great lineup. So I mean, talking about other people's lineups. And then like I said, getting Jalen Duren was a great, solid pick. To wait on and to get. We've talked enough about the Desmond Bane that everyone had on their roster except the people that actually picked them up, which is me and Toot. I was like, dang, I just hope, I thought we'd get some other players through first and then Desmond Bane would be there. But to your point, Toot, yeah, this is the best shooter. One of the best shooters that we've seen in a long time. And to be honest, I think the second best shooter within the last 3 drafts has been Halliburton, to be honest. Which was also picked up by Savage. So he's got some shooting on his team for sure. And then, he'll fill out the rest from there. But very good. Very good.
I had to think, like I said, when Savage took the strategy, I had to think a little different. So you would have had James Wiseman or Evan Mobley. You would have had one of them. But, to your point about Jalen Duren, though, and this is like the fact that he was able to spend time in college and learn from Penny Hardaway and everybody that, came to university to help him out. I think potentially he could be the best big man that we've had in the last 2-3 years. And I think the Pistons getting him was like the perfect team for him. He's in a great situation for him to thrive. So that was a good pick as well.
Looking at Toussaint first, I'm big on Cade Cunningham, man. I mentioned it on the point guard list. I was like, he'd be top 10 at some point because he came on at the end of the season. His points per game went up, rebounds, assists. He's a tall guard that can do everything on the court. And then him partnered with Jaden Ivey, who's like a combo type of guard. That's going to be a great backcourt, in my opinion. So that to me is like, I couldn't pick between K and Tyrese Halliburton, so I had to pick. And I was like, give me the shooting, because I feel like shooting with Desmond Bane is kind of unfair. So I went with Halliburton, but Cade is that dude. Sheedy, my first pick was gonna be Scotty Barnes. It really was. I wanted Scotty Barnes so bad, but I was like, I go with Paolo. Paolo's unproven. Scotty Barnes is proven. Scotty Barnes is he might be Kawhi Leonard. he might become Kawhi Leonard. His energy kind of reminds me of it's like the length of taller Kawhi mixed with Colin Sexton with his intensity on defense. Like, he wants to play defense. Scoring will come for him. Not everybody want to play defense, man. So that was my pick, but you picked him, so I went with Paolo because Paolo's the next best thing in terms of like size, 6'10", 250. I mean, you can teach shooting, teach defense. You ain't teaching size, man. 6'10", 250. So that's why I went with Paolo.
Paolo was there. Trust me. Like once we got this draft set up, like in my head, the same way you just did that, I'm like, all right, who is this guy going to get? And Anthony Edwards was the best choice to get it at number 1. And if I would have been the 3rd pick and Scotty Barnes was still there and you didn't get him, for sure I was going to get him. But Paolo was actually on my big board as well. Like, to your point, haven't seen it proven, but again, that 6'10" and that frame, it's got to be something. It's got to be something. So, again, another Magic player.
Yeah, let me see. We had Paolo, Franz, and
I got
Cole Anthony. Okay,
mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not mad at that. So yeah, I still think I get the best team though. I ain't gonna lie to you. My team is solid.
You got the most shooting, but you ain't getting shit in the paint against it.
That I was concerned about. I was concerned about the actual defending of the paint. So I get my light together. I don't have as much like length. Like, so Sheedy got Chet Holmgren. That's 7'1", I believe. And you got 2 Twin Towers. You got 2 7-footers. And so that might be problematic, but my hope is that my team can shoot the lights out with that. And I didn't even mention Jalen Green, who's also a scorer in his own right.
That was one of my picks. Yeah, trust me. Yeah.
So yeah, I think I'm okay with it. And then of course, Junior off the bench, he gonna buy somebody up. We saw him tomato chest Chet Holmgren. Was Chet Holmgren in Summer League? Whoever it was, somebody got tomato chested in Summer League frequently by Kenneth Lofton Jr., who I think is gonna play at some point this season. They're gonna have to play him because we're gonna want to see him as Grizz fans. So
he's already a fan favorite. Like that's interesting you picked him. And I can't wait to see what it is, but he's already a fan favorite. Like he's definitely gonna have to play at some point.
Yeah, and fair enough. You did pick the players that bullied Chet, so I get it. But Chet don't really know how to defend them. That's why I got Patrick there. You know what I mean? Because he's no slouch in the paint.
Yeah. When Pat plays, he's good, ladies and gentlemen. He's good. He's a good player. So hopefully he can come back and get healthy. So, all right. So what we're gonna do for the draft? We're gonna submit the rosters on social media. And we want to get y'all's opinion about who has the best starting five, along with the 6-man as well, too. Again, vote for me because my team better than both of these dudes. Don't even worry about the other 2 teams.
I'm just saying, in the 7-game series, I think I would win. Not one. Maybe y'all can win that first game, maybe even the second. But give me a 7-game series. I'm locking down.
So yeah,
think what y'all want, man. Think what y'all want.
All right, so you got something you want to talk about outside of just this starting 5 and 6-man thing?
Yeah. So pretty much just wanted to, in a way, recognize, and I know, well, I don't get my black card taken away, but just recognize Rachel Nichols and her coming back into the sports media world. If you don't know, she signed a contract with Showtime Sports. And that'll be her. It's kind of like a full circle thing going around. Because my thing, as far as reputation go, is I don't care what the people that don't know you say. It's the people around you and what they say about you. And for Steven Jackson and Matt Barnes not to leave her side, and for everything to come back full circle for her, and her working with them now, her putting them on, her putting T-Mac on, her putting, just different players on, and just being in media for 25 years. I think that, of course, she screwed up. She screwed up big time. Were her words taken out of the context? Oh, for sure. But, she has admitted her wrongs, and she has said that she, plans to make amends. You know what I'm saying? She plans to continue to do the dope work that she does. So I just wanted to recognize her and give her flowers, and definitely looking forward to that. But I think it was real funny that she got this position, and it's marketed at the same damn near week that Malika Andrews ain't seen on ESPN for like a week. I thought that was real ironic, but
not a coincidence at all.
I didn't want to say it, but now definitely just, women in sports, they definitely doing their thing, and we definitely got to salute the OGs and the people that came before us. Yeah. And Rachel Nichols, she's one of my favorites, for her to be gone. It was disappointing to see what she did, how she did it, but, I'm a strong believer of second chances. And I think she's going to knock this new opportunity out the park because Showtime, is definitely doing their thing while you got ESPN recording people's conversations privately. Like, that should be a bigger deal than what it's supposed to be as well. Like, you invaded her privacy in a way. Whether we hear about it more or not on ESPN, who knows? But I do want to say that there is a story going out, and we do need to start looking at the facts before we continue to condemn people. You know what I'm saying? Cancel culture is real, whatever, but I'm not somebody that believes in cancel culture. I believe in second chances. So that's just me.
I think what I take from this is that, more outlets aside from, your ESPN, your Fox, the better, in my opinion, because I feel like I tend to enjoy listening to the smaller podcasts. So of course, like LBR is in my rotation, like not a problem at all. But I also have other people that we've networked with throughout our time with podcasting over the years that I feel like it's not as filtered as ESPN tends to be. And no shots at ESPN because we all grew up on ESPN. Like we wouldn't be doing what we do now without ESPN, without Fox and the other media outlets. But I feel like when people go away from like the head honcho, they tend to grow and flourish a bit differently than when they were there and they were confined to what ESPN wanted them to be. So, like to mention Rachel Nichols is a great reporter. She's great at what she does. She put on T-Mac, Vince Carter, all these other guys who are doing it over there at ESPN. But with Showtime now, she has a different platform. Hopefully she's learned from her mistake with, saying those comments about Malika Andrews, and she gets better at her job and better as a person. So just like to mention, I don't believe in cancel people. Second chance, make it better. I mean, one of my favorite quarterbacks, Mike Vick, he was killing dogs, and second chance, and now look at him now. He's doing much better for himself. So yeah, I'm with it. I'm with her, going to Showtime and going on to a new venture to grow and to flourish and to learn from it.
For sure. Before like she to go, for sure. It's funny because like I know I understand what it's like to work for Big Brother. You know what I'm saying? And having to present yourself in a certain way, and then now, kudos for us for having our own platform. You know what I'm saying? Like you got platforms like My Favorite Drinking Champs, you know what I'm saying, where they just come kicking it, drinking, smoking, you know what I'm saying? That's kind of why I don't have a problem doing what I do on this pod, because it's our platform. For one, you can't tell us what to do. But for two, this is what I came into this with, is like, when I want from our listeners is to be able to just sit back, relax, drink, smoke, do this basketball talk for the guys, make you feel like you're a part of the conversation. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of what the approach I take in kind of everything that I do now.
Yeah, I think gravitating to all the points that have already been made, ESPN is a double-edged sword. What I mean by that is, to your point, Savage, we all aspire to be on ESPN. We want to be the Stuart Scotts, or whoever it may be. We grew up with Boomer saying "whoop," right? Like all these things about ESPN, right? Like you want to be there. Like, oh yeah, I want to be a sports broadcaster. I want to talk sports like they do on ESPN, so to speak. But then once you ascend and get to ESPN, I'm not saying that we're there yet, but then when you get to ESPN, you realize ESPN wants to only put out certain things and certain content. So they filter their content as well, and not only want you to look a certain way, but talk a certain way, because now you've made it right to where you want to be, but now you have to change who you are to stay here, so to speak. And I believe that Showtime and other platforms like that, but Showtime, I believe, offers a more humanistic side to it, so to speak, and gives you more of that freedom and autonomy to really necessarily speak your mind, as opposed to ESPN. I think ESPN is great for everything it does, but also put shackles on your feet for those of us that want to talk content a little bit differently. We don't want to hear about the Lakers every single day. We don't want to hear about the Cowboys every single day. Like, but ESPN says this must be done because our listeners want to hear that. But when you go to Showtime and other places like that, it's not the Cowboys and Lakers being talked about. There's other teams, because there are 29 or 31 other teams, depending upon the sport, that deserve as much of a chance as the Lakers or Cowboys do, or the Yankees, so to speak, to be discussed. And I believe this wasn't, I don't want to say it was Rachel Nichols' second chance. I believe this is her destiny, where she needed to be. Sometimes we have to go over those speed bumps and potholes to get to our actual final destination. I believe she may be where she is supposed to be at this point.
Well said, bro. Well said.
Other miscellaneous things before we get up out of here. There was NBA Media Day this past week, and there was a lot of stuff going on. Of course, the main three ones that came to mind were like the Suns, obviously with DeAndre Ayton and his apathy towards like the Suns in general. Like he hadn't talked to the coach, Monty Williams, since Game 7. Like I know I understand like separation between.
It's a blowout, by the way.
The ass whooping, but I understand like taking time away, because I mean we all vacation, 2 weeks, however long it is, but that's your coach. Like that's, you chop it up with your coach at least at some point, because they got eliminated. What was that, May? And you hadn't talked to him, and it's gonna be October.
Not even a text.
Not even a text. Like, how you doing? Happy birthday.
Congratulations on the contract.
I got paid. Like, that's just bad vibes for me. This all bad vibes for Phoenix. And y'all know me. I've been on DeAndre Ayton for like 2 years now. and really now I'm at the point, it's nothing against him because Phoenix is a bad organization. I think it's just a bad all around organization.
Mm-hmm.
They need to be complete debt the whole thing, like figure something out. But yeah, like that's weird to me. And I think one or two things is going to happen for Phoenix. Either Aiden goes out and balls out because now he has a different mindset. He's more, I won't say mature, but he's more focused now. It's less playful and more so like, all right, let me take care of my business. Or they gotta trade him when they're allowed to trade him in January, which I think still is probably going to happen. I think that the Suns, Sheedy mentioned on LBR, Miles Turner is out there and he wants to get paid. Phoenix has no problem paying players that they don't want, apparently, in DeAndre Ayton. And if you want Miles Turner, then you can find a way to pay him. But just I don't know y'all thoughts on the Phoenix Suns situation.
It's funny because like we talked about it and I was like, let's be real. We saw the sun rise and we saw the sunset. You know, me specifically, like being out here was coming to a finals. But I think that like.
And he froze now. So I'll edit this. Ooh, my first call.
Yeah, I'll see.
All right, go ahead.
Good? Oh, your first call, right.
so start over with your point because I got to edit it because you froze for a second. But go ahead.
Okay, we good. All right, bet. All right, so pretty much with the Suns is we, me being out here, I've seen the sun rise and the sunset. We said on Let's Be Real that, when a new management wants to come in, new ownership, they want to put their stamp on a franchise immediately in a way. So the Suns won't be looking the same a year from now. And I think we're going to start seeing that. But even if you look within the organizations, the depth chart, Jay Crowder don't want to be there. There's something going on with that. JaVale McGee, you said Savage looked better starting with the Suns anyway. He's no longer there. So you're missing key pieces that, had you at the top seed. So with teams getting better, it may be me, making up this whole thing about the Nuggets not making the playoffs when the Suns can very well not make the playoffs as well. So I think that's kind of the black cloud that's hovering over the situation, and that could be. We could see the Phoenix Suns not even make the playoffs because Chris Paul is 38 years old. How much more do he got? And he was called a cone on defensively the last time we saw him. Did they get better depth-wise? Nah, you got Cam Johnson who finna get paid, so you really ain't gonna be able to bring nobody in. So good luck to the Suns. I told y'all should have did that Westbrook Chris Paul trade as soon as y'all got Chris Paul there, or after the finals at least. So that's still a trade that can happen. But I think we're gonna be looking at the sunset at this point. They were embarrassed, y'all. They were embarrassed.
Yeah, a team that actually didn't get better is the Phoenix Suns, and teams that within their division did. Whether the Lakers getting healthier or the Clippers getting healthier or even the Warriors getting healthier. Again, as I said on LBR, you're going to see these teams at least once every 5 to 6 games. And I don't think the Suns are poised to do much, to be honest. I really don't. I still believe they are a playoff team, yes, but they're not going to be a contender team. I think you trade Aiden for Miles Turner in January if Miles Turner is still available. Miles Turner ascends. And becomes more of a top 10 center within the league, if not at 7 for sure. But, the writing's on the wall right now for the Suns. And, you better get out before it gets too late. But the only person I think that's going to stay on that team that's a bona fide star is Devin Booker, man. I think Devin Booker is there and will stay there until a la Damian Lillard, so to speak. And they will not make the finals again. I'm just going to tell you like that. They're there, to your point, sun rising, sunset on the finals, can kiss it goodbye. And if last year didn't show and prove that, this year will definitely prove it again, that was their run. They played with their food, so to speak, against the Bucks. They were up 2-0, if everyone remembers. They were kind of a little bit jazzy after that 2-0. And then they got mollywopped 4 straight by the Bucks. And they really ain't been right since then.
All right. So that is it for today's episode. Follow us on social media at 3 The Hardaway Pod on Twitter and on TikTok. This is episode 8, y'all. I can't believe we episodes in. It's 2 months, and we kind of just flew through, shoot these episodes. So the season actually starts in about 2.5 weeks. So look forward to our next episodes. We're gonna talk about our predictions for team standings, as well as our predictions for NBA awards for the season. So be on the lookout for that for the next 2 weeks. If you are still watching, like the video, leave a review on our podcast platforms, and we will see y'all in the next episode. So stay safe, be blessed, peace.